morning, Jack to Nerdy fans. Welcome to my non-spoiler review of Dune Part 2. This has been a long time coming, so buckle up. But before we jump into that review, though, as always, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up because it greatly supports the channel and it doesn't cost you a thing. So, with that out of the way, let's jump straight into it, though. So, Dune Part 2. So, the first Dune movie came out before I'd even started the channel, so just a quick thoughts and opinions on the first Dune movie. I thought the first movie was very, very well made. I mean, fantastic casting, fantastic acting, visually spectacular. I thought it did a really good job of setting up the universe and what have you. I didn't like the sudden ending. It just kind of ended without any type of tying everything up in a bow or anything like that. I felt the ending of it just kind of let everyone down and left the audiences going, what the hell, or what the fuck, depending on your language. But basically, I thought Dune Part 1 was really, really good. It made me look forward to what was coming next, which is obviously a big thing. You've got if you're doing a multiple movie saga, you've got to have movie one, leaving people excited to see where it goes, which they definitely did that. So I've been looking, and over the last several months, as casting announcements and things have been going on, I've been getting increasingly more excited to see Part 2, especially when they did things like, said Austin Butler's joining, and Christopher Walken, Florence Pugh, all fantastic actors and actresses in their own right. So I got more and more excited as time went on for this film, and especially over the last 2 to 3 weeks since the premiere. Other critics' reviews have been coming out and everything. I've been growing increasingly more excited for this film. So, Dune Part 2, where do I stand on it? Look, I thoroughly enjoyed this film, Part 2 of the Dune saga. I thought it was, like, right from the outset, it was engaging, it was exciting. They kind of just got straight into the action. The pacing was really good. At no point did I find myself getting bored, because it is a long film. Like, the first film was about 2.5 hours. This movie's 2 hours and 46 minutes, so it is quite long. But like I said, the pacing keeps up. At no point did I find myself getting bored or anything like that, or losing interest. So the pacing is fantastic. The visuals are absolutely amazing. I hate going. I don't go to the beach. I hate the beach because I hate sand. But this whole movie is set on a planet which is just basically all sand. And I actually found myself thinking many, many times, wow, it looks quite beautiful, So cinematically, they did a fantastic job with all the scenic shots, the visuals, the cinematography. I thought they did a really great job with that. The costuming is absolutely incredible, like the different types of costumes from, was it the Fremen and what have you, and then the more advanced, more kind of technological civilizations and everything. Costuming wise, it's absolutely spectacular, and again, visual wise, it's incredible. Obviously the story itself is continuing the franchise. I don't want to go into spoiler territory, but if you're into this sort of thing, if you've watched the first movie, you know what the story is already. It's just progressing it. I very much when I came home and and I was lying in bed after it, because I went to a late screening last night, I very much found that I was thinking about it, and if you, for example, so this is very much following in the footsteps of the Lord and the Rings movies. Dune Part 1 was very much the Fellowship of the Ring. It introduces you to all the main players, gives you their backs, their stories, and all that kind of stuff, and basically just brings you up to speed on who everyone is, what the story is, what's going on. Then Dune Part 2 is very much the Two Towers. Lots more action, lots more battles. The battle scenes in this movie are absolutely spectacular. I found myself really, really engaged and really, really enjoying the battle scenes and things like that. Also, they've showed this in the trailers, the worm riding, riding the worms and that, absolutely fantastic. So this is very much the Two Towers of the Dune franchise. So I can't wait to see what Part 3 brings us, if it's going to follow that trend of the Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and then Return of the King. I'm really, really excited for that. Now, casting, all the players and the characters and all that kind of stuff. I touched on it before, but I'll just recoup on it. So you had obviously you had your returning cast. You had Timothée Chalamet, which I'm hot and cold on. I think he is very much almost perfect for this role of Paul Atreides. I think he's really, really good. Like in that specific role, I think he's very well suited for it. I haven't liked a lot of the other stuff that he's done, but definitely in Dune, I think he's very well cast. Zendaya is absolutely stunning in this film. I think she does a really good job. Again, I'm a little bit hot and cold on Zendaya. I don't really know quite where to stand with her as an actress. I thought she was great in the Spider-Man films. She's pretty good in Dune, but she's got some other roles coming out that I'm a bit hot and cold on. So time will tell where I stand with Zendaya at the end of the day, but she is stunningly beautiful and she did do fantastic in this. You've got Rebecca Ferguson returning as Lady Jessica, Timothée Chalamet's mother. You've got Stellan Skarsgård returning. You've got Dave Bautista returning. Now, a couple of my absolute favourite actors. You got Josh Brolin returning. It was so good to see Josh Brolin return. Same with Javier Bardem. I love Javier. I think he's a phenomenal actor, and his character in Dune is absolutely fantastic, and it was great seeing a lot more of him. So that was really good. And then and then as I mentioned before, you've got a lot of returning new faces, I should say. You've got Austin Butler, who is absolutely fantastic in this. He is cold and brutal and sadistic and absolutely fantastic in this film. I absolutely loved Austin Butler. You had Florence Pugh coming in as the Emperor's daughter. She was really, really good. I enjoyed seeing her on screen. Her character portrayal was fantastic. It's very hard to tell where she stands with everything. 1 minute you think she's leaning one way, and the next minute you think she's leaning another. And obviously she's just stunningly beautiful. I absolutely love Florence Pugh. Then you've got Christopher Walken coming in as the Emperor. He was absolutely fantastic as well. Although they didn't really utilize him as well as I think they should have. I suppose one thing is he's looking very old and frail these days. I don't know how much of that was makeup, because I haven't seen Christopher Walken on screen for quite a while. But as I said, they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't utilize him as well as I think they could have. I think they could have used him a little bit more. But it is what it is. So, top to bottom, I absolutely loved this film. I thought I absolutely loved it. I will definitely watch it again. I don't know if I'm going to have time to go and see it at the cinemas again, but I'll definitely, we'll probably sit down with Mrs. Jack to Nerdy and watch it at home because she enjoyed the first movie as well. So we'll probably just sit down together, have a quiet Sunday and watch it together at home. But I'll definitely be rewatching it again. I thought it was really, really good. Probably my only criticism I have, and look, and I don't actually, I'm not going to 100% blame the film for this. There were certain parts of the movie where the scoring overshadowed the dialogue, and I couldn't quite hear what was being said. Now, I'm hesitant to blame that on the film and the editing because it could have just been a cinema issue. It could have been the sound in the cinema was off or something like that. So that's probably the only criticism I have, is that at certain points the scoring was over. I couldn't hear the dialogue because the scoring was overshadowing it. And again, it could have been an issue with the editing of the film, or it could have been an issue with the cinema that I was in. So I'm hesitant to blame the film for that. But the scoring is absolutely fantastic. At several times during the film, I was sitting there going, wow, I really like this music. Might be a good one for me to download later on, and I can play in the background. So the scoring is absolutely phenomenal as well. So 2 thumbs up for me. I'm definitely going to give this. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. Fantastic film, top to bottom. I can see why it's getting rave reviews all over the place. It's currently got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 95% and an IMDb of 9.1. So it's definitely well deserving of that rating. I think, I think Denis Villeneuve has done a fantastic job with this film. I couldn't fault it. I could not find any faults with this film. If you're into sci-fi, fantasy, and all that kind of stuff, you're going to love this film. If you're not into the genre at all, I can perfectly understand. If you don't like the film, if you're not into the particular type of genre. But otherwise, I can't fault this film. I absolutely loved it. Thought it was fantastic. And I really can't wait to see where it goes from here. Because I have heard rumours that it's going to be a three movie saga. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that's my review of Dune Part 2, guys. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of this film. Are you on board with it like I am? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts? I'd be interested to know what everyone else thinks. So hit that thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button, and until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.